Gonna go ahead and jump in for our day 14 of our 30-day Level Up Your Life series for my beautiful Cancerians to see what messages we have. So, as you enter, make sure that you hit that thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe if you have not done so already. And let's get started. Okay, so I've already selected the cards that we're using. And we're actually starting off with my little bloques, my blocks that I created. So what are the messages? What do we need to know? Okay, so the first one, it says lifestyle changes are required. So again, this whole series is about improving your life. It is about leveling up your life. And it's quite obvious that lifestyle changes are going to be required. And so this is just kind of serves as a reminder for anyone who feels like they can still kind of stay in that same um, mentality that you had for last year or the previous years or seasons. That's not going to get you to where it is that you are wanting to go. It's not going to help you with this whole process of you leveling up. It's going to require some type of change. And what I'm hearing is give and take. Hi, Harry. There's something about give and take. You're going to have to give a little. So that's what I'm getting initially for our energy. And let's see what else we have. The second one that I was guided to, it says face the pain in order to heal. Face the pain in order to heal. So we've seen this come up several times, but there is some sense of, some of you guys need to heal. Some of us, we need to heal some type of past traumas or issues. And it's kind of like I'm hearing something about skirting around the issue. You're not going to be able to skirt around the issue. You're going to have to just face it head on. I'm hearing something for some of you guys, like if you feel the need to cry, you're going to have to cry. If you feel the need to scream, go outside and scream. Like whatever this is that you need to do, that's just what you're going to have to do. I'm being guided. I'm not guided to pick it up, but I'm looking over at this block here that says emotional healing. Some of you guys are holding on to like emotional pain and trauma as if it's some type of badge of honor. It's kind of like, I'm hearing that, look what I can do. It's kind of like showing people how strong you are. But this isn't about you being able to take a licking and keep on ticking. Sometimes the biggest kind of, I'm getting the sense of like the biggest way that that you can actually show your strength is there's some level of sharing some type of vulnerability. You have to be vulnerable with other people. And if that is like your biggest fear, so to speak, that's what it is that you're meant to overcome. It says your path is illuminated with positivity right there. So for some of you guys, like if you're holding on to negative thoughts or it's kind of like whatever it is that you're thinking that's not going to work out, or if you're stuck in like this negative mindset, that is you holding on to the past. That's not where you're headed. That's what you've already gone through. It's not where you're headed, not by a long shot. It's not going to happen overnight. The changes that you implement, you're not going to see like your success or your results like overnight. This is a slow and steady process, because I'm getting the sense of like whatever this is that you're doing slow and steady, this is how you're going to make sure that you're able to maintain it, that you're going to be able to keep up with it, that you're going to be able to grow with it. Yeah, we have channel your energy wisely. So again, whatever it is that you work on a daily basis, on a regular basis, you have to ask yourself, is this a good use of my time? Is this a good use of my energy? Is this going to reap rewards, right? And if it's not, you have to let it go. If you start putting in more energy, right? And it's kind of like I'm hearing nowheresville, things are going nowhere, just cut it off. Just cut it off. Let it go. I'm hearing that song, you gotta fight for your right to party. That's what I'm hearing. And I'm getting the sense of like you don't need to fight for your right to do anything. There is no fight. I'm hearing something about claim what is yours. Just claim it. You don't have to prove yourself to anyone. You don't have to fight for anyone else's approval, for anyone's time, affection, attention. You don't have to fight for anything. I'm seeing someone walk along a path, straight and narrow, a path. And it's like, oh yes, it's kind of like if you remember Forrest Gump, right? Where he goes for this, I don't know how long. I don't know, was it a year or two? I don't know how long he was running, right? He was jogging. He decided to run. And he didn't say anything. He barely spoke a word. And the people that were for him, they would just all of a sudden show up and start jogging right beside him. It's that. He didn't have to go around with a sign and say, follow me. He didn't have to have a bullhorn and say, I need you guys to run with me. They recognized that he was doing something, and maybe they didn't really understand what it was, but they wanted to be a part of it. And that's what I'm getting. Some people are going to know and trust and believe in you, and they're going to want to walk that path or run that path or jog that path with you. But see, if you have people along the way, I'm seeing people like on the sidelines yelling and screaming, like, what are you doing? Why are you doing that? And trying to kind of get someone to stop walking, to stop running, to stop jogging. Those are the people that are there to distract you. They're not there to add anything to your cause or, to you whatsoever. They're there to try to stop and distract you. But you got to keep going. Recognize them for what they are. Recognize those instances, because it doesn't have to be people. There are going to be situations that are just going to try to get your attention, and they don't deserve your attention. Either they're going to walk that path with you or they're not. No games, no BS. I'm hearing no chaser. Don't know. Yeah. Interesting. We have deceptions are unraveling. So for some of you guys, you might actually already know it in the sense of like your intuition. Something has been telling you that, something is going on behind the scenes. Or, like even if I know sometimes, like I remember someone asking questions, like feeling like, they're cursed or like people are doing things against them. And, in those instances, the answer was no, but that doesn't negate the fact that yes, people do speak things and hope things and wish things against you. Like that just happens to us sometimes. But my advice is always the same. Keep going. When you're focused on yourself and what you're doing and your goals and your plans, it doesn't matter what the other person is doing. You keep going. Because no matter how much someone speaks against you and against what you're doing, it cannot override you speaking life into what you're doing, you speaking life into your plans and your goals. What they try to do, it's irrelevant. Just keep moving forward. And I'm getting the sense of like you don't have to do anything at all. Whatever it is that they try to do, it's gonna fail. Deceptions are unraveling. And even when you see what it is that, has been going on behind the scenes, those deceptions or, whatever, even that can be a distraction. It's not for you to stop and, now you are an onlooker. Like, okay, wow, yeah. Thank you to the universe, to the most high, to God, whatever it is that you ascribe to, right? For giving you the discernment and the intuitive nudges that you needed, right? But you don't need to sit in it. You don't need to start looking to see what happens to another person. Nobody cares. The only thing that matters is you and those that are with you and support you. Yeah. Huh. And here we go with relinquish control. And this is right underneath the first one that says your path is illuminated with positivity, right? So it's just like, just know. Just know. That's it. You don't need to know the who, what, when, where, why, how come. You don't need to know all of that. Just keep, I'm hearing Dory, just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. Just keep going. Know, trust, believe. Know, trust, believe in yourself that you deserve it. All right. Okay, I'm going to put these away and move on to our next set of cards. This was the last one that I'm putting back and I was guided to take a look, but it says a twist of fate. For some of you guys, something is about to, I don't know, I keep saying this, like something is about to happen for you. A twist of fate. It's like something that you were not expecting, but in a good way. This is a good thing, right? But this is contingent. You have to know this is like contingent upon you making those changes that we talked about earlier. Lifestyle changes are required. For some of you guys, this just has to do with the way that you look at the world, with the way that you think about yourself in your life. Ain't no going back. That's what I'm hearing. Ain't no going back. You have to maintain this. Even when you see or face obstacles. Obstacles, like, yeah, they happen. But what you need to know and trust and believe is that there is not a single one that you cannot overcome. Just keep swimming. Yes, you're going to have haters. Yes, you're going to have, distractions. Just keep swimming. Keep going. Keep your eye on the prize. Make sure that you are focusing on your main thing. And what is your main thing? You're the only one that knows that. You know what it is that you're supposed to be working on, what your focus is on. It's time. I'm telling you, I can't wait for just people to experience whatever this is, because we keep getting it's time. You're being asked to move forward toward the dream that you've been carrying in your heart. It's time to bring it out into the world. You're ready. It's time. If you're holding on to some type of dream, I'm hearing pipe dreams. So again, I'm going back to someone needs to change something with the way that they're thinking, right? It is not a pipe dream. As long as you are making the changes that are required, that dream will quickly become your reality. I'm getting the sense of like people in the background, naysayers. Those are the distractions, the distractors that I was talking about. They're not walking the path with you. They're not jogging or running the path with you. Their goal is to try to get you to stay stuck where they are. And you have to ask yourself if you're okay with that. Okay, this is weird. So I don't know who this is, but I'm hearing someone say something like, but that is good, right? For some of you guys, you do need to understand that sex, yes, can act as a distractor, because I heard the D is good. So I don't know, like, are you really willing to throw away your dream for some sex? I don't know who that is. We got this yesterday. Keep going. It's time and keep going. It's like we got this energy yesterday. It's like being on the brink of, I'm hearing discovery for some of you guys, but it's like being on the brink of some type of metamorphosis. So some type of major change. This is like you're about to change from that caterpillar or that, what is it, the chrysalis? I don't know. I wasn't really into science. Into that beautiful butterfly. It's like you're right there on the cusp. At the bottom, it says ask for help. And what I'm getting from that this is like more of, spiritually. If you need some type of help, ask your guides. I actually heard for some of you guys, ask your God. So I don't know, like I don't discriminate. It's like whoever you believe in is who you believe in. Ask the creator, because there's only one creator. But whoever it is that you resonate with, you need to ask for help. For some of you guys, you actually need to, I'm being guided to look at that block that said face the pain in order to heal. Some of you guys are actually like, if you feel like you can't do it on your own and you feel like you've been, working with your guides, you've been working with the Most High, you've been working with God, and you still feel like you still just need a little extra help. Like, there's nothing wrong with a therapist. There's nothing wrong with that. There is no shame in it. I know some cultures, it's kind of like there's a sense of shame when it comes to working with people in that field. But I'm getting the sense of, like, yesterday I talked about mum's the word. Stop telling people your business. Stop telling people what it is that you're doing. So if you're not telling people that you're going to see a therapist or a counselor or psychiatrist or psychologist, I don't know, whatever, like, don't tell them. Who says you have to tell people what it is that you're doing? I'm being reminded of a commercial. I think it was like BetterHelp. You know, it comes up on like I think it comes up on TikTok. And those are things that you can do just from the comfort of your home. Do it. I'm hearing do it, 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 do it. If it helps you, if that's what you need, it's all about what do you need? What is going to help you to be able to continue going? What's going to help you keep going? Because the focus is on keeping your eye on the prize, and this is about you, and it's even greater than you. Don't give up. Yeah, we've seen this was yesterday. Manifest whatever this is. We're talking about your dream, right? Which is essentially what it is that you're working to manifest. I'm hearing for some of you guys, it's been a long time coming, but it's coming. I'm hearing that song, Do You Believe in Miracles? That's really old. Okay. Patience. Is this what? Yeah. So we have patience here. And it came in reverse, but let me go ahead and read it. It says, you're being asked to practice patience right now. It's not easy to do this, but you're strong, and there's a reason why things aren't aligning in the way you want them to in this moment. Have patience, it will eventually work out. And so the interesting thing is that it came actually in the reverse. So I feel like, and it's right here under face the pain in order to heal, and deceptions are unraveling, right? I'm also starting to feel like with that deceptions for some of you guys, these are things that you have been taught, right? You've been taught either generational patterns. Some people call them curses. These are things that you have been taught by society that you're going to find out are not true, and they do not serve you. And with this patience being in reverse, I'm getting the sense of like the fact that they no longer serve you, or I'm hearing they do not behoove you, but they're not in your best interest. I'm getting the sense of like, rather than just sitting there, you are being asked to do something about it. Do something about it, whether this is about you doing research, studying, seeing a therapist, or asking for help from your guides. I'm also getting the sense of like someone joining some type of circle. I don't know, a circle. So a community of people that actually that resonate with you and you resonate with them. There's something about that. For some of you guys, this is about like, don't just wait for the community to fall in your lap. Go out and get them. Go out and seek them. Go out and find them. Hi, John. Yeah, I mean, you really like, I strongly recommend anyone who like, I'm just, this is your first time seeing me, like, okay, twin flame, I don't care who this person is, right? If they have not been pouring into you, if they have not been pouring into you, and then all of a sudden they pop out and they want something, don't think so. I don't care who it is. I'm hearing, what have you done for me lately? I keep having to say there is a law, a universal law The law of reciprocity. And for some of us, especially Cancerians, right? That's one of the main things that we need to be making sure that we're researching and that we're focusing on. Because you're not following law if you're pouring into people that are not pouring into you. You are continuously giving to people that are not giving to you. What we had earlier, channel your energy wisely. And I'm wondering, like, are you working on something? Have you been doing something else? And all of a sudden, lo and behold, during Mercury retrograde, here comes someone popping up into your energy to ask for your help and your assistance. And I just need you. Seriously? You have to notice the patterns. And I'm going to say, like I remember saying yesterday, and I feel the need to say it again. It is not a flex to be all love and light. That is not a flex. You are not here to only be love and light. Sometimes you have to tap into your other energies. And I'm not talking about something where you are intentionally hurting people. I'm talking about, right? If you're always a giver, that we're gonna consider that love and light. Sometimes you have to tap into being a taker. That's law. That is law. And if you are not following law, there are consequences. Law of reciprocity, law of give and take. So that's what I'm talking about. It's like some of us, it's like a brainwashing. It's better to give than to receive, right? That is a brainwashing so that people who are givers feel shame whenever they need to take, whenever they need to receive. I'm hearing until you use me up. And people will continue to take, but you can't blame anyone if you continue to give. You can't blame anyone but yourself. You can't. Because nobody's forcing you to do it. I'm being reminded of, someone asking about, curses. And my response was that people cannot outwardly, all they can do is get you to essentially curse your own self. No one has that power and authority over you because you have free will. But they can manipulate you into thinking that you have to do certain things because they're the right thing to do, right? You can't stop giving someone love because you're love and light and you're all about love and you're here to love and show the world how to love. How's that working for you? Some of you guys, I'm just going to say it, have been trained to be human sacrifices, to sacrifice all of your joy and your happiness and your wealth. You've been taught, you've been trained, you've been bamboozled into being a human sacrifice. And I talk about this love thing all the time, right? Love is not a feeling, you guys. It's not about what you're feeling. It is about action. If people like you feel like, oh, let's be honest, you love everybody. We love every freaking body. I've not met a single person that I've not loved. And I'm not talking about, the romantic love. We love everybody. But the kicker is you do not pour into people that action of love. You do not continuously pour into people that do not pour into you. That is your lesson that you are supposed to learn. So we have lighten up is what falls under face the pain in order to heal. It says you're being asked to remember that life doesn't always have to be so serious. Yes, there are hard things happening. No, it's not always easy. And we talked about this earlier. No, it's not always easy to be here on earth, but you can always find time to laugh, to be silly, and to have fun. It's so important that you do so. Like some people, I feel like some people make the idea of love such serious business, right? But you're not even enjoying it. Like you're not going out, you're not having fun. I'm in Mississippi and they say courting, right? Which is courting. There's no courting taking place. You're not going on dates. Like, oh my gosh, you're just like, it's so serious. So serious to the point to where you just don't even, like, you're not even loving the love. Where's the fun in that? I feel like some people need to just be open to manifesting not just love, so to speak, but joy, like a joyful love life, right? Be more specific in what it is that you're looking for. Not just trying to manifest, money. Because some people, you get the money, but you don't even enjoy it. I remember, you guys, I was a principal. I was making damn near 6 figures. And when it was time to go on family vacations when I was married, I couldn't go because I had to stay and work. So I was making the money. People were enjoying it, but not me. So what's the point of that? What's the purpose? You're making the money, but all you do is work. I feel like all that to say, like some of you guys need to be more specific in what you are wanting to manifest. And someone needs to bring some type of making sure that there's some emphasis on enjoyment, on joy, on happiness. Because it's more about why is it that you want to manifest what it is that you're trying to manifest. It doesn't even matter what it is. If you're trying to manifest love, there's something more to it than love with what you're wanting to manifest. It's something to do with, the feelings and, like go like work on manifesting in, someone that you can go on, I don't know, vacations, go on fun trips with, right? That you can party with, that you can have fun with, that you can, I don't know, whatever it is that you like to do. Like there's something that needs to be added on about that for some of you guys. If you're manifesting money, it's so that you can do X, Y, and Z. What is it that you're really wanting? Yeah, we have change. Change is coming. That's what I'm hearing. Change is coming. And it's right here under your path is illuminated with positivity and relinquish control. As soon as your focus, your mindset, your way of thinking is more based on positivity, and you just kind of let go of the who, what, when, where, why, and how come, that's when you're going to see this change. That's when change is coming. And it's not easy. I know it's not easy. Oh my gosh, really? Yeah, I love when surrender right there. What are we talking about? Let's see the top and let it go. Some of you guys, you're going to have to let go of this past way of thinking, this past trauma. There's some old stories that we're holding on to. You got to let it go. You guys make sure that you're hitting the thumbs up and subscribe. We do have a, when we hit 500 subscribers, I'm going to pick 6 people and give away free readings. And I pick the people by the comments, making sure that you're liking and subscribing. But it's once we hit 500 subscribers is when I pick 6 people to give those readings away to. Oh, geez. Okay. So we have faith and receive. Have faith. I'm going to show you it came in reverse. Yesterday it was in the upright. So I'm going to read this. It says it's not always easy to have faith and trust that everything is going to be okay. Yet still you must do exactly that, because when you have faith, your life will begin to flow in magical ways that you never imagined were possible. And I think the reason that this is important, that it was upright yesterday, it's reversed today, is because someone is teeter-tottering. I'm seeing that, what was that? A seesaw, if you guys remember that, where it goes up and down and up and down. It's like one day or one moment someone does have all the faith, and then it's like the next moment you don't, and you're going back and forth. Because again, it is hard to maintain that a certain level of faith, but only in maintaining that faith are you going to start to, here we go, receive is the other card that popped out. It says you're being asked to be open to receiving universal gifts. These could come in the form of love, money, compliments, healing energy, and universal wisdom. Know that you're worthy of these gifts and open up to them, right? So that's what we have here. Okay, we have one more deck because I was only guided to 3 for this reading. And then if you guys have questions that you would like to ask, I will answer some of you guys for your free yes, no intuitive readings. Remember that this is yes, no, so they're yes, no questions. If you have any, make sure that you're wording it as yes, no, and please limit it to just one question, okay? So we're going to see what messages we get here. Oh, geez. Yeah, for some, we have sharks swim away from this situation. This one has come out with during our 30 days of leveling up. This has come out several times. Swim away from the situation. There's something that is not a good use of your time, something that I'm just going to say is a waste of your time. This could be a person, this could be some type of situation, or for some of you guys, situationship that you are being guided to just let it go, swim away from. Here we go again with this healing. It says, castle, it's time for healing, not war. And it falls right under here with face the pain in order to heal. Deceptions are unraveling. See if we can get one more of these. Let's see. Okay, this one, oh my gosh, like out of all the cards, seriously, there's something, what popped out, this came out last night, red, forgive. Your path is, this is falling under your path is illuminated with positivity, relinquish control, forgive. Forgive. Whatever this is, just forgive it and let it go. Let it go. Notice I'm just saying forgive. I'm not saying forget. Hi, May. I'm not saying forget, because when you forget, it's like you're also forgetting whatever the lessons were that you were meant to learn. And what we've been talking about, lavender, surround yourself with love. Surround yourself with love. Yeah. And we have lioness at the top. You've earned all your stripes. All right, so that is the message. Is that important? Hold on, let me see something. Okay, yeah, no. So betrayal is hard. I mean, like, what do you mean it's hard? It's not about forgiving the person, it's forgive yourself. It's forgive yourself because whatever the betrayal was, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I guarantee you had signs. I guarantee you your intuition, your spidey senses were tingling. And what you're upset about is that you continued on in spite of all of your intuition and your senses telling you to turn around and swim away. You're forgiving yourself. You're not forgiving the other person. The other person, you do not have control over any other person's thoughts, feelings, or actions. And the sooner you recognize that and understand it, there's nothing to forgive with another person. And some people do the things that they do because they're supposed to. Because it's not about them, it's not about their actions, it's about your actions and how you were meant to respond and how you were meant to choose yourself first and foremost, rather than allowing other people to be you're not putting people on pedestals. Okay, Mato, can you make that a yes, no question? What do you want to know specifically? Don't be afraid to ask what you want to ask. Okay. What do you want to know? Do you want to know if you're about to have a long-term committed relationship or if you're in one? Are you wanting to know, is that going to lead to some type of marriage or commitment? Are you like, what do you want to know? Don't hide behind vague questions. Ask what you want to ask. Okay. And anyone else, you guys, if you have a question, go ahead and put it in the chat. Don't be afraid. I would say I don't bite, but put your question in and make sure that it's a yes, no question. John, yes, you already know that. Exactly. Mary, Maydo, let me ask, okay? Thank you. And thank you for being brave and just asking the question that you really want to know, that you really want to know. That's very brave. Relationship this year. And that's very specific. That's a really good question. I'm getting a yes, but I do have to mention that it wasn't very strong. I'm going to pull a card for you, okay? So let me see what deck I'm guided to for your question to follow up, okay? Okay, so I'm guided to this deck. We didn't use this one. Because really, May, what I'm getting is like, it really is going to depend on what it is that you want to bring in for yourself. Like, what is your focus? What is it that you really want? Let me see. What is that? I'm just getting the sense of May that you are like, I'm going to show you the cards that came out. And this is the order. It was not for you. It was observer and it's fates. And this makes me feel like you, I get that. And that's kind of what I was about to say. It's like the energy of like settling. Like if you want it so bad to the point to where you're willing to settle and make kind of allowances and excuses for people like that you know are not really for you. Like you know it that you know that they're not for you. You've observed that they're not for you and you pursue it anyway. Um you have guides. I'm getting the sense of like, get that out of here. Anytime you settle for anyone that is not in your best interest, they are knocking it. They will be, I'm hearing swiper, no swiping, but they're going to knock it. Like they're going to knock all of that. I'm hearing we're going to knock all this ish over. They're going to continue to knock it over. And I'm getting the sense of, and this is for more than just you, but there's a sense of me being guided to tell some of you guys that the more that you don't get it, the more that you continue to pursue things that are not in your best interest. I'm being guided back to, I saw the questions about twin flames and stuff like that. But the more that you are pouring into something that is not for you, the bigger and bigger, the worse and worse the betrayal that you're going to experience is going to be until it gets to a point to where you get it. How would I know who to I'm going to jump and answer Harry's question. So with who do you not settle for? The only person that can answer that is essentially you. And I see it as in, have you written a list of things that are your non-negotiables that you are expecting in a relationship? Because not everyone is the same, right? So I can say on my list that I'm looking for monogamy. I can say that that's a non-negotiable for me, right? And then I match up with someone who's actually open and has experience, and they typically do open relationships, right? But then I say, well, because I don't know about you, Cancer, like we like a challenge, right? And you think that like you're gonna be able to change this person, but they don't fit. They don't fit with what you're looking for. Don't settle. I'm being reminded of something that I saw on TikTok with a lady who she wanted kids and she settled for a person who didn't want them. So she gave up her dream. She gave up her dream of having kids and she settled in with someone who didn't want them. That's called settling. That's like you have a fear that you're not going to meet the person because there's something that you feel about yourself. There's some type of trauma that needs to be healed within yourself, or you're listening to what I talked about, being trained by, your family or being trained by society with people saying, "Oh, there's not enough good men. There's not," but they're literally everywhere. And it's not about there being a good man or a good woman. It is about what is right for you. Because you can be in a relationship with someone and it totally not be your person. And then you see them with someone that it's like everything that you wanted out of this person, they're doing it for the other person. It's because you weren't their person. That's just what it is. Harry. Let me go back because I know I get to like preaching or something. I don't know. So May, I hope that I answered your question. I hope that I was clear on that. You will get, I'm hearing actually relationships, but it's going to depend on, like, if you are going to settle, if you're not going to make the change and you're going to settle for relationships and people that you know are not in your best interest, they're slapping it out of there. They're knocking it out the bottom here. Knock it out the box, Rick. Knock it out, Rick. Like, I'm seeing someone, like, they're going to knock it out. Just know that. Be prepared for that. Okay? Okay, John, we did, yeah. Hi, R. Taylor. Ooh, Miss Tay, that's a good question. Let's ask. Okay, so and this is going back to only being specific with our questions, because I'm not going to ask it that way, because honestly, for you to have a baby this year, you have to already be pregnant, right? So I'm going to ask, is it okay for me to ask Miss Tay if you will get pregnant this year? Is that okay with you? Oh, and John, yeah, John already, I guess, kind of addressed that. Thank you, John. Stopped. Okay. And for May, I want you to kind of look at, like, what do you mean by pursuing? Because I think sometimes we kind of have misunderstandings with what it means about pursuing, right? Because for some people, you think of pursuing, but really it's like you're obsessively going after, someone or something. Like, you're calling, like you're putting in, when I talk about like putting in a lot more energy and effort, like you're calling someone repeatedly and they never call you, or they don't show any interest in you, but you continue and you think that you're pursuing the person. You're not. That's not, like, it's something that's being, like, if something is being reciprocated, like, definitely make sure that you're being open to some level of give and take. Okay. And I know, like, depending on what it is that you've gone through. Okay, Miss Tay, so I'm going to ask that. Depending on what you've gone through and your own traumas and previous, past relationships, sometimes, like, it's hard to be open. But for you, like, make sure that you're not being obsessive with, like, if someone shows you a little bit of interest, don't obsessively pursue them. Because if you start to show your love and attention and affection towards someone, and you notice that they're no longer giving to you, or, like, there's not that, reciprocity, I would just stop. That's what I do. So I can't say that it's right or wrong, but and Cancers typically, like, yeah, we like people obsessing over us, so I don't know. Okay, so Miss Tay, I'm going to ask it that way. Okay, let's see. Miss Tay, get pregnant. I feel really nervous. I'm going to tell you what I hear. There's a stall, like a lag with this question being answered. I'm just going to go, okay, so I guess I have to tell you what I hear first before they'll even address the question, but I'm hearing two words, doctor and diet. Those are the two words that I'm hearing repeatedly, doctor and diet, doctor and diet. So I don't know, have you started, like, Like this could be a whole other thing because I actually do have like experience with like infertility. I have two sons, but I've gone through, like infertility. So I'm hearing doctor and diet repeatedly. I don't know if you've seen a doctor, and I don't know if you've changed your diet. But it's kind of like contingent upon, like I feel like something is contingent upon those things, doctor and diet. And if there's some type of fear or shame, like I don't know if someone's been like, oh, if it's meant to be, it'll happen. Like if people have like put that kind of in your ear, and that's like in the back of your mind, you have to heal that. That's not true. Because the way that I think about it is, if it weren't meant for you to seek assistance, by changing your diet and seeing a doctor, like they've even had, there are even herbal remedies that have been there since the beginning of time, right? For us to use. And so if there were not alternatives there to assist you, like they would have never been created if you weren't meant to use them. So there's something about, I don't know if you got somebody that just like, I don't know, the people that, just get pregnant. If you kind of look at them, if maybe they have been saying some things like, if it's when it's meant to be, or all I did, girl, was like, if there's any of that and any of that type of energy around you, it doesn't mean don't be friends or, don't associate with them ever. But while you're going through what you're going through, you need to kind of put them on pause. Okay, I'm here and talk to the hand. Put them on pause, because it doesn't benefit you. That type of energy does not help. It does not help you whatsoever. Wow. Okay, let me ask the question. Let me try again. Okay, I'm here and I said what I said. So I guess that is the message. I feel really nervous. Okay. So I am, Miss Tay, I'm clear sentient, so I get messages by feelings. I feel like anxious. I feel anxiety. I feel like I'm about to cry. Okay. Um, Not even just addressing like infertility, so to speak. You also need to address something to do with like ruminating thoughts and with anxiety as it relates to like, if you, I'm telling you, when I tell you, like, you're just gonna have to trust me. Like when I tell you, I understand. Okay. Um, and I know that like there's a moment where you get into this obsession, and it causes anxiety, which also it's like everything is kind of connected. So there's something that you need to do that is also going to work for calming your spirit, for calming your mind. There's something about that. Yeah. Okay. So I'm being guided to share part of my past journey. Like I said, I did struggle with infertility. And at one point, we went ahead and we did in vitro fertilization. And I didn't even think that that was gonna work. Like, I ended up with, but I did end up with a lot of embryos, right? So a lot of embryos. And after all of that work, the doctor looked me in my face and said, "You have too many embryo. Like you responded too well. I will only put in one embryo." And like the standard is usually like you gonna get at least two. I mean, I was 20 something, so I was thinking I would get at least two, like to make sure that it was gonna really, like everything was gonna take. And I called my mom crying, and I was so upset. He said, "Look, I'm only gonna do one, or I'm not going to do any and you have to wait until the next month. And I'm like, we can't afford to wait until the next month. And I'm crying my eyes out and I'm bawling. And my mom said, you just have to trust and have faith and believe. And it was like a sense of calm came over me and I let it go and I said, let's do it. They transferred one embryo and that is my now 16-year-old son. So yeah, just to let you know. There's something to do with anxiety and your faith. That was actually part of our message, was about faith. And I said, like, someone, like, your faith is like, you know, teeter tottering, like you have it one day, then you don't. Like there's something that you need to work on. Maybe some type of ritual, or you know, like I'm thinking something about tea or something that kind of keeps you calm when it comes to, like, when you start to feel like anxious, when you start to feel anxious, when it comes to, having, creating, this life that you're gonna bring in. Okay. Yep, sounds good to me, May. Exactly. And I know, like, I'm probably a little overboard with it. I need to stop, but like if you kind of sneeze wrong, I will block you. So so don't be like that. But with what you're describing right now, you're absolutely, you did the right thing. You're welcome, Miss Tay. I love you. And I'm definitely, I don't typically pray for people, but I'm gonna, if with your permission, I will definitely pray for you. Okay, but it has to be with your permission. I don't pray for people without their permission. Okay. If anyone else has any questions, please go ahead and put them in the chat. Otherwise, we're gonna go ahead and wrap up. But this is a 30-day level up series, right? So, okay, awesome. Thank you. So I will be back tomorrow. Oh, Jojo, nope, you can put it back. I didn't get to see. Okay, there we go. Okay, let me ask. Jojo, have you asked about this person before? Okay. Because just so you know, like, they don't like answering questions like repeatedly. Even if you're like, going to like different people, like, don't once you get your answer, it's like you have to accept the answer that you received. Okay. That's I'm getting, like, in the spirit realm, in the spirit world, like, that's frowned upon. Okay. And it's not that you can't ever ask it again. It has something to do with, like, the time in between you asking, right? I'm getting the sense of, you need to, like, if you're asking about that same person, you need to wait at least, I'm getting weeks. Hold on. There needs to be at least 6 weeks between you asking about the same person. Because, like, when you say, will they move towards me soon? Right? Like, you're not even giving time. So, like, don't ask about the same person, so close together. Okay? Yeah. Yeah. Like when I ask questions, there's like I can feel, right? And like it's like they're done answering that, okay? So, and I don't know, but just make sure that you're working on other things to bring something like that in even sooner, right? Or even to change this like sometimes, okay, let me explain this to you. Sometimes, even if you're not physically calling or contacting a person, they can still, the more that you think about them, the more that you ask about them, they can feel your energy. And cancers, like I've been saying a lot, like if you have cancer in your chart, like your level of energy is like, that's a whole other level. And so this person, I'm hearing, don't get high off your own supply, but like people can sense your energy, and sometimes that's all they need. They don't need to contact you because they feel your energy. So until you cut off that energy, right? Until you cut it off completely, sometimes they're like, "Oh wait, where did they go?" And they're going to turn around and start looking for you. But as long as you're thinking about them, asking about them, writing about them, wanting them, and whatever it is that you're doing, like that kind of keeps them where they are. And that's something that you need to know. Like you really, like I keep being guided to tell some people, find something better to do. Find something else to do, okay? And you'll be surprised. Like I'm not saying that in an ugly way. I'm saying that as in you'll be surprised at what starts trying to come into you when you find something else and find something better to do, okay? Try that seriously. Like just if you love reading, get a book that you just can't put down and just focus on that. Anytime that you start to think of that person, find something better to do. Take your energy back. Take your energy away from that person, okay? All right, so we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna end it there, you guys. I will be back tomorrow. So tomorrow will be day 15, halfway there. Yay! Don't forget to like the video, hit that thumbs up. Also, make sure that you subscribe to the channel. If you're subscribed and you're commenting on the videos, you guys, I enter you into a drawing, and 6 people are going to win a free reading with me. Last time it was 3 people. This time I'm being guided to, once we hit 500 subscribers, I'm going to give away 6 readings. Okay. So if you didn't get to ask a question though, today I will be back tomorrow. So I hope to see you then. Thank you guys and have a beautiful day. Hi, Amrit. How are you? Bye, you guys.